Kind of crooked. Kind of crooked. Kind of crooked. Still kind of crooked. I might just have to accept it. Maybe that. There you go. Figure it out. We'll work on it, or we'll just accept it if it doesn't get perfect. Because again, perfection is vastly overrated, and it's better to do. Done is better than perfect, as they say. And I'm a big believer in that. And thank you so much for joining me, Marcus, Big Easy, Sweetie, Fitter, Nancy. I'm trying to, maybe it's already over. So I'm just going to chill here. There's a couple people join. Hopefully won't wait too long where I'll be able to still have my, get my coffee sipped while it's still at least moderately warm. Let me do it a little better so you get the pretty trees behind me. Is that good? Maybe it is. I say done is better than perfect, but I'm always striving for a little better. I'm always striving for perfection. But again, I'm not perfect. So in my striving for perfection, I'm displaying my lack of perfection, if that makes any sense to you. Because I think we need to be more accepting of ourselves and accepting of life as it comes. And accepting of the world and the people and the weather and the traffic and the things that go with it and all the ups and downs we deal with in life. And that's my thought for today. And good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Thoughts from Church. I don't know if this is going to be a regular show or this is going to be a huge flop and nobody's going to watch it. But I went to church today, and I was talking about it on my morning show that I go live most days and do a morning show, and while I'm drinking coffee and sharing some thoughts. And one of my buddies, a viewer, excuse me, hopped on. I was talking about going to church and how excited I was to be able to go to church today. Haven't been going much over the last 6-8 months, and always feel really good when I go to church. And I wasn't raised spiritual. I've never read the Bible. I'm not trying to convert anybody into anything, but I do share my experiences. And I decided I was going to go to church today, and I had a buddy reach out saying, do a thoughts from church. And I laughed, thinking he was joking, because I work out, I go to the gym a lot. I go 3 or 4 times a week, and I do a show called Thoughts from the Gym. And he suggested I do a show and call it Thoughts from Church. And I was going, I don't know, how many shows can one guy have? And he goes, never enough. But anyway, here I am, and this is Thoughts from Church. This is episode 1. Might be the first and only. You never know what life holds. But I did have a couple thoughts for you. But before I do that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee before it gets completely, I'd call it room temperature. But I'm not in a room. I'm outside. Feels warm only because the sun is beating down on me. And it's just a beautiful day to be out. So here's to beautiful days to be out. Here's to going to church on a Sunday morning and starting your Sunday off well. But anyway, I was scrambling, as we often do in life. Sometimes we run a little late. I was fairly confident the church service started at 9:30, because last time I went to church, it was Easter Sunday, and they started with a 9:30 service. And in my mind, church was starting at 9:30 today, and I was still running a couple minutes late, kind of working a new schedule. Not a couple minutes late, but I figured I'd show up during the first song. I go to a church called the Yellow Box. Good morning, RJ. I go to a church. Good morning, Ryan. I go to a church called the Yellow Box in Naperville, Illinois, and have been going mostly on, sometimes off, for about 4 years, 5 years now, and really enjoy it. I was never raised in a super religious family or spiritual family, and I don't even know how I feel. But I do know when I go to church, I feel better. And I see nice people, and the people are kind, and they shake your hand, and they look you in the eye, and they smile, and they say good morning, and they come up to you. and it just feels so good. And so the days I go, I always feel a little better. And I was determined to get there today. I had a change in schedule and wanted to get in. So, but I felt I was running late. Thought church would start at 9:30. I showed up, and there was no commotion in the parking lot. The parking lot was full, but there was no commotion. I'm going, hey, what's going on? I can't be the only one running late. I go in the door, I always go in, saw a buddy of mine named Gary with 2 R's, Garry, and said, 9:30 service? And he goes, oh no, it's 9. And I'm going, darn it, what should I do? Should I go to Starbucks? Should I go home? And he said, the next service is until 10:45. Should I wait here? Should I do some videos? Should I work on something? Should I just chill out? And I am a huge believer in that things happen for a reason. And I'm going to just say that God has a purpose and a plan for all of us. And whether you believe that or not is okay, and I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. But that's just how I feel. And I realized, although I was kind of anxious and kind of frustrated and going, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit here till 10:45, or should I hop in at the second half at church? But in the back of my mind, I had some work I wanted to do and some videos I wanted to do. And it's a big, beautiful church. And there's coffee, free coffee, and you can sit there and Wi-Fi and do a bunch of things. And I go, I got a bunch of work, video posting and content creation I wanted to do. And how about I always go to church for the atmosphere, the people, the smiles. The message is always important to me as well. But I thought maybe if I just sat in the lobby, did a little work, enjoyed the atmosphere. Great to see you, Kayla. And enjoyed the atmosphere, that things might be okay. And I wasn't really late today. I was here exactly when I was supposed to be. And things do happen for a reason. So I was sitting there in the lobby doing a little work, posting a couple of videos. Hi, Cheryl from Houston, and hello, Robert Patrick. Posting a couple of videos that I think were good and important, and very important for me as I pursue my journey of content creation. But I kept peeking into the, what do they call the place where you actually sit and listen to the message? Not the church. This whole building is the church. But the room where you get the sermon. And I thought I'd miss the sermon today and just kind of check it out. But right as they were giving communion, I darted in and had communion. And there's a band that always plays at the beginning and the end of service. And they sang a song, and I sang it with them. And I'm not a singer. I'm only a moderate believer. But it was such a beautiful, thank you, Peter. It was such a beautiful song, and it was You Are My Champion. And the guy that sings is named John, and I went up to him about 8 months ago and said, hey, that's my favorite song you sing, and it was a different song. And I got the chills. I got this close to crying as I'm singing this song, and it's a song of faith and a song of hope and a song of overcoming challenges and a song of belief and a song of moving forward and feeling good and having hope and having belief. And it was beautiful. And again, it's called You Are My Champion, and the guy that's singing it did such an awesome job. And I went up to him and told him the story, how my favorite song he sang was Build My Life by Housefire. But this is right up there, and he did a great job, and he sounded great, and shook his hand and thought it was awesome. And again, it was a beautiful song, and I think it was a perfect day and a perfect church service for me, even though I missed the sermon and even though I turned out to be 30 minutes late. But I think we're never really late, because God does have a plan, and there is a reason for everything. And if we learn to go with the flow and accept the world as it comes, I think things happen for a reason, and I think I showed up when I did on this beautiful Sunday for a reason. And I got the work I was supposed to do done. And I did communion, and I heard this beautiful song that touched me and gave me a chance to sit outside with you and do my very first episode of Thoughts from the Church on this Sunday morning. Yeah. And I am grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for those of you that are watching. I am grateful for our pastor. I'm grateful for Gary, the guy that holds the door. I'm grateful for John, the song, the guy that sings in such a beautiful voice every Sunday. And I'm grateful for the sunny weather and my beautiful babies and the blue sky behind me and this cup of coffee I'm going to take a sip of. And I want to thank you for joining on this Sunday morning. I so appreciate you. It means a lot to me that you guys tune in on my adventure. If you're new to my page, please subscribe. This is Thoughts from Church, episode 1. Could be the last, could be a new hot series. Who knows? We don't know, but I'm going to keep charging forward in life with optimism, with hope, with faith, with belief. And I'm excited about my Sunday. And I hope you're excited about your Sunday. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. I hope you got a smile on your face right now. I hope you're... Look at this. It's a beautiful day. I never even sat out here. Look where I am. Look at these comfy chairs. I'm going to show you around the church. Woo! Again, this is the Yellow Box in Naperville, Illinois. I like this church a lot, but I think wherever you are, if you starting your Sunday at church is probably a good thing. Whether you're a believer or not, I don't think it's that relevant, but I tell you what, and I say it a lot, if you're hanging out with people trying to get a little better, living in gratitude, that's a good place to be. And I know that if I go to the gym and work out, I'm around people trying to get a little better. And if I go to church on a Sunday, I'm around people trying to get a little bit better. And again, you are the sum of who you hang out with. And if you hang out with people that are striving for, I don't know, self-improvement, you're going to suddenly wake up one day and you're going to be a little better and you're going to feel a little better. And even when you got the world beating you down and life pounding on you, you're going to be okay and you're going to laugh about it and face the day with a smile and keep moving forward no matter how hard it feels, because you're going to realize something, that life happens for a reason and that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Whether it's Sunday at church or stuck in traffic on a Thursday evening or what have you. So, again, I want to thank you for joining. It means so much that you hop on. I so appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.